Hey guys, I'm gonna try not to say today, so yeah, that's the goal. I've already spectacularly failed. Today, this takes so much effort. Today I want to talk about some things that I learned. Dang it, I did it again. We learned some things from a higher OS player. I can even look. Actually, I can't because he's constantly changing his name. The thing is, the it's about scaling. I want to say and like and so this is tough. Asolar is really good. Uh Asolar is really good. Uh T2 PORC is really good. Just porking up in general. This is a map, right? Okay, so obviously it's a map. Forests and flats. Just talking about scaling. So it's forests and flats. It's a huge, wide open map. So you're gonna open with vehicles.
Game paused. Game started.
Open with some cons and switch to rascals early. And there's so much metal that you're gonna end up having that you want to scale super hard on build power, like starting immediately. Not really what this is about. This is about defenses just being insanely good in this game. Plus, this is a really big map, so it's going to take him forever to get these blitz over here. And I put I just put like one or two beamers in my base, and it was it was just like it became a constant supply of extra metal for them to feed me. I think I should have made more turrets, but I didn't. This match just it was smooth sailing. You want to get your comm to the front as fast as possible. You're going to be relying on Ace or on Solar to start. I think the wind is technically better than Solar, but Solar is so much higher tempo. You just, I think it's like 4 or 5 Solar. You don't want to stall. You just get 3 cons out, and then this is how it's been. This is how it worked for me. I never know like the most ultra optimized build. It's 2 to 3 cons, and then don't get messed up with rascals. So you make a whole bunch of rascals, and then take the max as fast as you can. Try to, I'm thinking of 1v1s. You're just basically gonna make a beeline for the center, and you see, like I'm in this situation right now. I have a whole bunch of metal in the bank and not enough energy to spend it. I should have made Solar in this case. So yeah, that will slow me down by a few seconds at least. I'm just getting con turrets up and then scaling up on Solar, and then A Solar is actually really good. It's about as good as a fusion, but it's T1. And it starts paying off sooner because you build it faster. So you can start scaling really quick, really early. I'm at 32 income right now. I don't think I'm eating anything at the moment. Yeah, so everyone else is around 20. The runner up is 22. There's a few people that are at 22 metal per second. I'm at 32 right now. It's so important to take your mechs really quick. Otherwise, I'm going to be knocking at your door. So, optimistic Asolar. You definitely want to start building it when you can actually afford it. If not, switch over to regular solar collectors until you can. You can keep it where it is. You may not, depending on the situation. You're already it's halfway done. I'm stalling. I shouldn't finish this. I should build more solar panels and then finish the Asolar. Other than that, okay, my comm's up here, and this is where I'm starting to feel pressure, so this is where I'll stop moving forward. It's about the halfway point. Feeling pretty comfortable, so I haven't... I mean, I will pork up here and there, like with the beamer. But my goal is to hold this spot here and hope that nobody leaks too bad. This beamer in my base did a great job, as I said earlier. I didn't... See, there's going to be a bunch of wreckage that I'm only going to have my commander able to eat, or if I had my vehicle cons in front, they'd also be able to eat. But I don't have, I don't have resbots. Somebody gave me a resbot. You can ask for a resbot, too. Mm-hmm. And it's a huge map, so you're going to be relying on faster units. I've switched over to playing ARM almost exclusively, except for maybe 1v1s. On the fence about it. Grunts are really good. But yeah, I played an OP lobby the other day and I got wrecked, but it didn't feel like I was behind them mechanically. It was just some optimization stuff for the build and timings. So, just a thought. I haven't been doing this. All day I've been playing noob lobbies. But you can bomb. If you're... I'm trying so hard not to say the filler words. Around 8 to, I want to say 7 to 10 minutes. Once you've got enough energy to build bombers, go ahead and build the bombers and go bomb somebody's base. It's it's super high tempo. I would have liked to have more beamers up front, but I didn't. These guys aren't being very aggressive. This guy is being silly with the building missile trucks. Nobody's been able to sneak around my defenses a whole lot. If I lose mechs, I'm going to retake them. And back here, I'm just going to make a ton of Asolar. And this is what people do in these higher lobbies, is like, how do they tech so fast? Well, you stop building units when they stop being effective. You just pork up and then T2. So I'll be able to slip through here with some blitz. Nothing huge. That amount of blitz right there could have been a T2. Instead, I took out 4 mexes. Big whoop. But I'm back here. It's a big map. I don't want to be microing stuff. Usually, I prefer bots because I really like sharpshooters. This is the first time I've built ARM T2 vehicle factory in so long. But I bring that out, stop making units. Unless I need units, I'm just going to scale. This is like all I do is I just sit back and scale. Because I like to see the number grow bigger. Heck, I'll make even more T2. I didn't share T2, but sharing T2 is OP.
Commander has fallen.
So this guy, while I went T2, he was building a bunch of units, ineffective units, slow units. So I've got plenty of time. He's got pounders and missile trucks. The pounders are going to take an hour to get to my base. The missile trucks aren't going to do any damage. So I'm okay. I'll lose a few mechs, whatever. And I guess okay, fine. I'll have to build some bulls. Okay, fine.
Commander died.
Bonus points if your comm is in the right spot and cloaked to just dig on all of this. Beamer in my base doing work with the help of a bull. And it was scary. I thought I was going to lose these energy converters. Not that they were doing much of anything at the time. So what I'm doing...
Commander has fallen.
I'm scaling on Asolar. Which, if we kind of look around and find somebody who may have scaled on fusions or wind. Blue's at 32 metal per second. I am at 67. I think I'm eating stuff right now. No, I just got on T2 way quicker. I got to eat stuff. Maybe I didn't get to eat stuff, but it looks like nobody's building a fusion this early. I can look at the energy produced or energy production. Soul Eater is at 956. He has built solar, wind, and Asolar. Porked up a little bit in the front. I just like looking at things for comparison. Who's like doing the best right now on their team? Is that my lane or is he eating? Seems like a consistent 55 metal per second. And I'm at 67. So actually doesn't really mean anything because he got all of these other mechs for some reason. Looks like this wildcat guy doesn't think he needs to take metal extractors. So nobody's gone fusion yet, but I like for comparison, if anything came up, we just want to be really... We want to be scaling E hard and quickly. I'm not sure. Okay, the build power 7 is 8,000 for an Asolar, and a fusion is, that one can be cloaked. What is a regular fusion cost in build power? 5,400. So, oh, really? Oh wait. Yeah, I think it is a little bit better on build power as well. Because you need like 10 of them to equal a fusion. Asolars have cumulatively more health as well, and they don't all explode at once, which is great if you get bombed early. Always spread your con turrets. This was getting really frustrating. I did get this calm, but I don't want to be fighting into PORC this entire game and just feeding him. I'm a bit surprised. Maybe bulls don't have the best DPS. But as soon as these scorpions go up, or the sabot turrets, whatever, sabot, they just, these turrets are really good. You really just, especially in these 8v8 games, it's just stupid how good PORC is when you're just putting a line down the middle and you can't really get around it.
Commander died.
So my solution isn't to attack into this. I'm going to... You wanna actually very quickly get a T2 con up to the front. Bonus points if you airdrop it there. And just have T2 artillery there, the rattlesnake or whatever. That'll get you most of the way there. Okay, so I'm still also stay on T1 converters a lot longer too. You can just kind of see by comparison. Well, first of all, I'm making scaling my #1 priority. Well, my #2 priority. Staying alive is my #1 priority. And when I know I'm going to be alive, I'm going to scale. Remember to make Junos. Always make spam
Commander
when you need it.
Died.
This guy, he's making banishers and stuff, and he's porking up a little bit. The solution is to build bigger PORC. So ideally, I didn't do this. I was being a little bit timid. I was expecting to be attacked by like multiple sides here because this guy was getting wrecked. I would make a catalyst that can target this vehicle lab or whatever, and just do area denial, whatever. Be as aggressive with it as I can while still being safe. But it's scary because he's got banishers, so I just have to also have spam. And then I did it. I did this time. What do you call it? I just made another set of stuff here to be scaling, because this area, it's 17 minutes. I'm finally making fusions. I can eat this lab and then just leave these here to make pork, but it's the terrain that makes it really difficult. I can look around and see like who's the next. Okay, he has like one fusion. You can kind of see the difference here. 1.7k energy to 3.4k energy. This drive impact fellow with the offensive fusion. Oh, look at this. He made Asolar. I really don't think wind is great on this map. It's too slow. I think this kind of proves it. I didn't make any wind. And I'm stupidly far ahead on scaling. So yeah, if I don't feel threatened, I'm just gonna keep scaling. Make some pulsars. Maybe an ambassador or two, just to pressure the silly lab. Make sure I've got Junos and spam to spot and radar. Red went a long period of time without replacing his radar. But yeah. Trying to think if there's much more to take away from this. I think this match is just about over. It's 25 minutes. We can run through it quickly. Like, and the best part is I didn't really have to do anything. Kinda just clowned on a guy with twice my max. So yeah, that's the secret sauce. Get your comm to the front really quick. Scale hard with Asolar and start with the appropriate. Well, it's good to start with solar, at least 2 or 3 on any map, I think, unless the wind is really good. But if the wind isn't even that great, just build solar. Scale up with Asolar on most maps, I think, especially if the wind's not great. PORC up in the center or wherever you need, and then tech up early. You don't have to be super aggressive in these AP8s. A big mistake a lot of people will make is staying on T1 really long, and they'll be like, oh, I was doing so good, I was taking out his lane, blah, blah, blah. I was winning my lane, but then he got T2 really fast, I got wrecked, and then that sort of thing. Scale with Asolar, space your con turrets.
Commander died.
Spam is incredibly good. There's not much more to say. Eventually I could get bored and switch. I've been scaling a lot. This was a funny match. This was it a funny match? I don't know. This red guy got to scale super hard, but I just I didn't really have to do much of anything but hold my lane and scale. Press none to force start. There's got to be a way to skip this.
Game started.
Alright, I started in the orange as orange.
Game started.
So this position, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 max. I took this because it looked like it was going to be easy and easily defendable. But I was mad because red scaled much better than me. Then I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He gets 12 max and possibly a Geo. Wow, thanks for drawing us those lines. That's awesome. So I'm gonna get my comm to the front really quick. Take all my mechs. Harass my teammates who weren't taking their mechs. So this guy, he just dropped his comm off right there. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I hate people, and this is why. He just dropped his comm up here for what reason? There's not even any max. What? He missed the max. He has one aircon in his base. He's stalling E. And he dropped his comm here? What? Anyway. So, I could have got a contour up a little bit earlier. Basically, I'm just going to pork up. I kind of felt comfortable leaving this wide open. I do have the pawns here. We're not taking all of our maxes. Eventually brown does pork up here, so it's like a nice, neat line here. So I'm looking at this, and there's definitely ways I could have done it better. You want to get to contours early. The earlier you get your contours up, the faster you can start scaling. Also, another thing is when you are playing aggressive, if you can break through or get a bunch of reclaim, you can do that too. But all you really need is some beamers. And then go to T2. This was kind of not that great. I may have not needed these to Overwatch. Maybe I did. Overwatch are good. But it did slow me down, and I think there was some points where I had enough metal. or I had metal. When I did have the metal to spend, I blew through all my energy. And then when I didn't have any metal to spend, I'm talking about while I'm building this T2 factory, I didn't have enough conversion. So that was the thing.
Commander died.
I just want to keep an eye on, like, watch this. So, red even got his T2 up faster than me. I'm mad. I don't like it when people outscale me. So I really like, you gotta watch your replays so that you can identify what slowed you down. I really just didn't have to do much of anything. I guess I had blue bogged down. Dark green was just straight up trolling. Shame on you. I didn't have, I don't have any units. But I did see some stuff I could eat. I have just enough, like, these pawns will, ooh, scary, I have to go deal with them. Ooh. What's the army value? They actually have, he's got like 3k, they've got 3k army value over us. You can see that the people who aren't relying on PORC aren't able to scale and don't feel comfortable to scale. Also, rocket bots are, when they shoot up and, like, when the elevation is different, I think especially if you're shooting, well, yeah, if they're shooting up or down, if it's flat, they might actually hit something. But if it's up or down, rocket bots, like, don't hit anything. I've discovered. I like how in the description it says rocket bot. Good versus static defenses. Not really. I don't have anything to say. What am I talking about? Red. Okay. I was mad because red was scaling better than me. I think it was just a matter of him getting fed metal. Oh, he has a geo. What does this say? Shell dongs. Air. Air, can you send fighter? I need vision. You need spam, bro. Yeah, so this should be pretty scary, right? Well, oh, I did have this rattlesnake, but they were already, like, pounding at it. So this sucked, right? This was a bad situation I was in. So I was actually getting 2v1'd. And my rattlesnake was just, you know, late. Not that there's any certain timing for it. But in this particular situation, it was late. So it's going to get destroyed. So it's a little frustrating. It's... Look how fast it just chews through T1. Should have targeted the Sheldon if I could. So my best bet here is to make welders. PORC further back. And spam. And this Juno, it takes so much energy to build a Juno. So that didn't get finished. I realized, oh, I don't have enough V, so now I have to do this. Now I have to do that while I'm struggling to get this stuff up. And then he got to eat this. Man. I hate to see it. Keep going. Gone. I was getting mad at dark green. If it was dark green. He kept shooting down my air cons. I don't understand. This is fine. Looks like if I just switched to straight up pawns, it would have been fine. Until he comes back. So the way to deal with Sheldons is they suck. So same with hounds. To deal with pea shooters like this, you just walk towards them and then they run away. And then you go back. And then you walk towards them again and they run away. And then you go back. And they end up like not doing much of anything. So he's running away. He's got a T2 army that is afraid to take on Blitz. I guess Sheldons can be pretty good, but why not just build a rattlesnake? Or a persecutor, or whatever the Legion T2 is. T2 PORC, whatever. Yeah, you can really just get away with not building any units at all. At a certain point. Okay, cool. I gotta eat this and then take back as many mechs as I can. So this is probably the point where I was like getting far behind Red. So what did he do? Let me see. Advanced Solar is 4,000. I'm doing mental math. The difference is 20 metal and 1,000 E. $20 metal is worth 20 times 70 is 1,400. So the ARM Asolar is actually cheaper. than the core Asolar by 600 energy. What about the build power? 7950. Of course, core Asolar costs more BP. I just think it's a small amount, but it seems like ARM has like all these advantages. I switched to ARM because I played a free-for-all match that lasted an hour and a half, and I was core. First of all, I spent like half the game. Well, the juggernauts are so slow. I couldn't even push Catalyst with it because the guy had like 3 or 4 of them. It was so annoying. And I was surrounded by 2 people, and then the guy across from me wasn't getting much pressure. Anyway, it did survive until the guy on the other side of the map finally was able to kill those guys. But I was on Juggernauts, and he had Titans. Maybe I should have made Behemoths? I don't know. But I was rezzing and I was eating, and I thought it would be fine. Like, I could just go over there and kill him. So I didn't scale a whole lot. When I think about this match, I just get so mad because it was like an hour and a half, and the jugs just take so long to get over there. Titans just like run circles around him. I was like, okay, ARM is just the default choice for big maps, I guess. Plus, the guy did continue scaling. I think I found a huge problem there, where core is just slow. In general. And kind of just worse because of it. And the catalysts have longer range. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. I did make a few hounds. I think I'm out of energy. This guy kept bombing me, or trying to bomb me, but couldn't do any damage and just kept shooting down my cons. But I am I'm scaling with Asolar and T1 converters for quite a while. somehow I'm not keeping up. But okay, the red had a lot of advantages. I said, what the fuck is this shit? What? Oh yeah, so I did manage to get PORC up eventually. So I've aggroed the world's most useless air player. And I'm holding 2 guys with 1 pulsar. Just generally speaking, 1 pulsar and a rattlesnake, which appears to, I thought I had built a rattlesnake. I did have a rattlesnake back here and then I ate it. I could have ate this too, since it's no longer useful. But basically I'm just holding these guys off. And also I have a Juno to deal with jammers. Little specter there. Line of sight 550. I didn't realize that it's such good line of sight. Let's see. I just want to physically see what is the line of sight of this thing. Oh, that's pretty good. Every once in a while you send this. You don't have to just send your spam to die. You can just kind of leave it here. And then every once in a while if you need to see something, you can send a chunk of it out and use it for defense. Vix was a bad idea on this map. I don't know what Vix is. Yeah, he's got a little bit of Asolar before he got that Geo. I don't think you need four Junos, friend. This is like multiple times this guy's bombed me. And no damage. And even if he did, well, he didn't do any damage, basically. Not sure what he aimed for. But Asolars are resilient. That could have been bad. Yeah, just a few pulsars. Why did I call them catalysts earlier? Pulsars. A few pulsars can shut down everything that can be sent at him. I don't really think we need to play this out.
Commander has fallen.
Or finish watching, I should say. 31. I'm so mad. Red did well. I think I would take this spot next time. It seems like the side positions are often the most valuable. I guess it depends on the map. Yeah, every unit you make could have been scaling. So if that unit you built isn't getting you value, just cut it out. You don't need it. Just scale. Especially if you're doing an army comp of Sheldons. Once people start playing around, people will rely on these Sheldon balls for a long time until people start countering them. It's really hard. It's really hard to kill Sheldons with Shivas Even if you like attack ground, because they can just poke in and out and in and out. It's really obnoxious. That's the other thing. ARM has really fast moving units. They kind of suck until you have a lot of them. Marauders, I don't like Marauders. I wouldn't say that Shivas are the best unit in the game. I love them. If you can get them to like fight head to head. But they're slower. There's not much more to say. Might there be another match worth watching? I think this one was yesterday? Or maybe earlier today. I played this earlier today. I think today was, or yesterday was when I was convinced that scaling on Asolar, or maybe not even scaling, maybe, what am I thinking? It's not always good to scale. You can, I've said this before, you'll go back and forth on a lot of things in this game as you improve.
Game started.
There's a lot of things that are situational, so I'm saying just like always scale as hard as you can. But when there's situations where it's appropriate, you can push and do damage, that's a good time to do it, and then go eat their base and you scale that way or with that metal.
Commander died.
Just stay on pawns for quite a while, because we have to be wary about blitz.
Commander has self-destructed.
Does a little damage. My options here are to rebuild or res. I took this spot because I wanted to make a beeline for this mountain. So in this case, I have to rely on units to get that position back. He built a forward base. Or no, he was building with cons back here. Oh, if you receive a con... What am I thinking? Assist the con is what I'm thinking. So often I have to build my own T2, even on a map with
Commander has fallen.
Walk of Shame. Just walking it over. So Blitz aren't going to do great against Mason Centurions. Centurions are really good. For the reason... What is the reason? They get... compared to Blitz, they're really good on energy. Or something. What am I thinking? What? Is it the build power? I don't remember. First of all, they're hit scan. So they actually hit their target. They're slow though. I think it's the build power that they're really good with compared to other units. I don't know. Centurions are good, especially for like defending a spot, a single spot. So, like, looking back at these replays, because I'm actually unhappy that I made so many units. So, if you can't manage to pork up the center, go back and watch your replay and figure out what happened wrong. So that time I got overwhelmed by a blitz push. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. Pawns are really good. Centurions are really good. Pawns move really quick.
Commander has fallen.
I think pawns are one of the strongest units in the game. Like, I had a big thug or a mace ball, and it just, all the guy did was make pawns, and he had less metal in the pawns, and they completely messed up my, I think they were mace, even though I was kiting. The mace don't hit anything. For one, their DPS sucks. DPS 63 compared to a pawn. A grunt has 38 to 76 DPS. I really like to click on a pawn and see what the... Let me just click the factory. DPS is 90. It's insane. And its effective health is way higher because you can't hit them. So I was gonna go for his base. Then he had that. This was getting really frustrating because beamers are insanely good. So right, I should have won. I didn't even notice that he had that factory there. I just gave up and just went and helped these guys. Make sure that your cons are high priority that are upgrading mechs. So that was a big doo-doo blunder. I ended up feeding metal here. At least I denied a lot of these mechs for quite a while. I had to turn around and go help these guys, and I wanted to res, but I think this was one of those matches where a stinky poo-poo diaper head came over and started eating everything. Yeah, big stupid poo-poo diaper head came over and started eating Red's base. As I was trying to res it. Not sure. Well, I thought I'd be able to take out this guy's base, but in retrospect, I'm looking at this. There's a comm waiting to degun stuff, and it'd be better off to just pork up and scale. Now, I didn't think I could push this because I was aware of this rattlesnake. But if he's going... It looked like he was going to push out or hit this guy, so I thought I had him a little bit out of position, so I could clear that up. Even better if I was able to eat this. That's unfortunate, because that's 4,000 metal there. It's really bad on my part. But also, I don't want to get lost in the sunk cost fallacy. So, you don't want to be in this position in the first place. I should be porked up and have jammers and stuff already set up. But I don't. I do have this. But when that battle happened, this should have already been made. Evidenced by the fact that he had a rattlesnake up there, and I should have just won that battle if it wasn't there, but it was there. So I was able to help my teammate. This is like the best spot ever to just pork up, right? You're not gonna be pushing that with Sheldons or anything. The good news is somehow I always find myself being the one that gets bombed. I did not see this. I saw it, like, I spent so much time macroing or scaling back here. I only noticed that the air was there when it was
Commander
shooting.
has fallen.
Didn't get to do much damage, and when I place the converters, they're spread out. So they don't all get destroyed. So this was a funny one. "28 minutes. They weren't dead. I think they knew they were dead, but not sure. It seems like metal produced. Okay, we are quite ahead on metal produced. Army value, we are 5k behind. Defensive value, we are 7k ahead. So defense is way better than army. Or would often counts more than army anyway, because PORC is so good in this game. This is an amazing army composition with, well, he's got bulls so good on him, but they're not. I can just run this down until these bulls get here, and even then nothing is better than a pawn. Look at that. He had to run away. Pawns are so good. Doing the switcheroo to T3. There's really no... I'm not too well versed with the usage of Marauders. This Thor was an accident. I'm going to cancel that and build a Razorback.
Commander has fallen.
So I think over time I'm going to get a lot better at just spending all my metal as soon as it comes in. That's the goal.
Commander died.
Then I can scale even faster. Try not to rely too much on air because it is so easily cost effectively countered by anti-air. He just keeps trying to bomb me. Nope. And didn't send it all in at once. He kind of trickled it in. I would prefer to have the anti-air farther away from the base so that they have more time to shoot at the air as it approaches. We've denied most of the mechs in the center. I will send the Razorbacks back to repair them. That's another strength of speedy units. You can get them out quicker of battle. Don't have quite enough res bots to repair quickly. That is a lot of spam. Which is great. See how they're slowly attritioning these sumos. It's honestly hard to say. It's like you gotta, with T2 units you have to get a critical mass of them, even if they are kind of good anti-spam units. At this point I'm just, trying not to let my Razorbacks die. And get enough to push in and win.
Battle ended.
Okay, I'm about out of energy here. This match was an example on the Space Donut of let the air player take more than just their starting mechs. Nearly lost us the game because everybody wanted to steal my mechs. We could watch this one, but it was so frustrating. I was so mad. This was an example of players need to go see on a C map. I think I'm out. I think I'm done. So, to recap, what'll help you get to 30, let's say 35 OS? Some things you can work on other than just basic mechanics. What are the less common, obvious things that you can do? Scale with Asolar. Rely on PORC, and then T2 really fast. Still stay on Asolar until you're struggling to spend the metal. Try to get rattlesnakes or whatever up in the front as soon as you can. Those cloak bots look cool. And ARM is pretty good for team games, especially. Let me think what else. Sharpshooters are insane. But not as insane as a rattlesnake. I think that's about it. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace out.